taking action beats perfection. Nothing will ever be perfect, no matter how much we try. Fear of failure or even fear of success often prevents us from taking action and putting ourselves out there in the world. The time is never right. There will always be something that's in the way, holidays, trips, work, no time. There's always something. However, you have to just show up. You owe it to yourself. Even if you don't have 100% in you to give, show up anyway. A lot of opportunities will be lost if we wait for things to be ideal, to be perfect. That just doesn't happen. So show up and make it happen, whether you feel like it or not, especially when you don't. That's the key to long-term success. Discipline, routine, and solid foundational habits will serve you for the rest of your life. So take action and then improve by just 1% each day. When I first got out of prison, I knew I wanted to help people change their lives with health, with fitness. I knew I wanted to make a positive impact in the world, but no one would hire me. I didn't know where to start. And there were so many personal trainers with so much more knowledge than me. The conditions were not perfect. I felt like everything was against me. I was an ex-con. There were so many other people out there who knew more than me. Like, who was I to help people? Then my first coach and mentor said something to me that I'll never forget. He said, there are people out there crying themselves to sleep at night because they don't know the solution that you can provide them with. And instead of getting your ass out there to help them, you're worried about you and what others will think. How selfish of you. That did it. From that point forward, I started taking massive action. I went to a gym, I asked to shadow coaches, I opened a coaching business and made so many mistakes. But the number one thing was that I learned. If I waited for the perfect moment, I wouldn't be here right now with the opportunity to coach you. If you mess up, it's okay. You're human. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and move on instead of worrying about being perfect all the time. Life is a series of problems and challenges, with only interruption being the occasional crisis. So strong people, leaders, deal with problems and crisis in an effective and competent manner. There are two ways that you can learn to overcome the inevitable difficulties of life and become a leader in whatever you do. So first is focus on the solution rather than the problem. The second key to dealing with any problem or crisis is for you to seek the valuable lesson. So Napoleon Hill says, he's got a famous saying for this: within any problem or setback, there lies the seed of equal or greater opportunity or benefit. Your job is to look into every setback or difficulty for the valuable lesson. It's there. So whenever you suffer a pain of any kind, emotional, financial, health, personal, you should assume that this is a valuable lesson that'll help you in the future. Your job is to accurately identify the lesson or lessons that you can learn from them once and for all. You'll be amazed to find that you may have learned 5 or 10, even 20 lessons from a difficult situation. Once you've identified these lessons and learned them, the chances of you making the same mistake is dramatically reduced. So when you have a problem and you take control of it in your mind, you become a stronger and better person. The next time you face a problem or crisis, focus quickly on the solution, on the specific actions that you can take immediately to resolve it. And then ask yourself, what is the lesson this problem contains for me, for you? It's said that wisdom is the ability to make good decisions, but that wisdom actually comes from having made bad decisions earlier. So there's nothing wrong with making wrong decisions. The only wrong thing that's unforgivable is if our failure to learn from each situation fails. If it doesn't, if we learn from it, we'll continually grow into the strongest, healthiest, most resilient versions of ourselves. That's what you're here to do. It's what I'm here to help you do. You're doing awesome. Keep it going.